If you want to see how you can break enchantments, look what Amy the Amazonian did on Extra 10s. It will blow your mind. Her perfect setup started with her commander Anictia. This demigod might as well be the queen of enchantments. Not only can she bring back any enchantments from your graveyard, meaning your opponents have to deal with your stuff twice, but she also gives herself and all enchanted creatures menace. That means this deck can consistently rely on combat damage trigger, no need to waste deck slots on extra support cards. And who's better example of value than Calix Guided by Fate, who can copy any enchantment each time he smacks somebody in the face. Anyone who's played against him on Arena knows you need blockers fast, or that deck will spiral out of control real quick. Your other strategy besides blockers is just removing him with destroy spells, but with Anictia that's not enough, because she'll bring him back ready to hit you again, talking about persistence. Let's go back to Amy. She knows exactly how to play her game. She casts Calix, equips Swiftfoot Boots to give him haste, then plays a few more enchantments to buff him. She's scanning the table and picks her prey, is Josh. But there's a problem. Josh has 3 1/1 white spirit tokens and 1 blue kraken. So even with menace, Calix can't go through. But Amy has a trick up her sleeve. She sacrifices Aslate, giving Calix protection from white. And now the spirits can't block him, and the single kraken isn't enough to stop the menace. She's got a clear path and boom, she goes for it. When Calix hits, his combat damage trigger lets her copy Battle of the Old Gods, jumping straight to chapter 1 and destroying a non-permanent. And her target? Josh's Rhystic Study. Oh, poor Josh. Can he even forgive such a betrayal? And as strong as that play was, it's nothing compared to what this deck can really do. Let me show you the full power of the Calix and Anictia combo. Imagine you have already played Doubling Season. Calix hits a player that triggers and creates a copy of it. But Doubling Season doubles token creation, so instead of 1 token, you get 2 copies. And now you control 3 Doubling Seasons, 1 original and 2 copies. But wait! 2 new enchantments just enter, so Calix gets +1/1 counter, but because of Doubling Season, he gets 2 times 2, so you get 4 counters. Now imagine, Calix has double strike, thanks to cards like Duelist Heritage, Battle Mastery, or True Convictions. Let's rewind a bit. On first strike damage, Calix hits and creates 2 copies of Doubling Season, so now he has 3. Then in regular damage, he hits again, and now you create 1 more copy, but it's doubled 3 times. So instead of 1, he have 2, 4 and 8 tokens. So on the second hit, you end up with 11 Doubling Seasons total by the end of the combat. And those 8 new enchantments entering, each gives 8 counters because of 3 Doubling Seasons you have. So it's 2 times 2 times 2. So 8 new enchantments, 8 new counters, that means you have 64 counters extra, all in one combat step. And we are not done yet. Now imagine you also control card like Archons of Sun's Grace. Notice I'm not using Sigil of the Empty Throne here because that triggers on the cast, not on the entering the battlefield effect. But Archon? He cares about enchantments entering effect. So first strike he would create 2 new Pegasuses times 2, so 4, and on the second strike he would create 8 new Pegasuses, but with 3 Doubling Seasons that would be times 2 times 2 times 2, so you get 64. Altogether you will have 68 new Pegasuses. So to recap, after 1 attack you could get 10 copies of Doubling Season, 68 counters distributed 8 by 8, and 68 Pegasuses with flying and lifelink. But let's go even further. If you also control Eidolon of Blossoms, every time an enchantment enters you draw cards. So that's 10 more cards just from those enchantments. And we're still not done. Let's crush the system. Imagine in your hand you have a card like Whip Silk. Now you can, for just 2 mana, cast enchantment, bring it back to your hand. If you have, let's say, 6 mana, you can do it additionally 3 times. Unless you have Mirari's Wake or Nyxbloom Ancient, then you probably can do it more. But hey, let's go back to the beginning. Every time you cast enchantment, you have 11 copies of Doubling Seasons. Even if you cast just 1 enchantment with 11 copies of Doubling Seasons, you get 1 Pegasus per enchantment. But that becomes 2 times 11. Therefore, you get 2048 Pegasuses. And don't forget about those counters. That means you also get 2048 counters, and that's with just 1 enchantment. No wonder people are leaving the game when I play Calix. tricks. Do you have any better idea how you can make it even more broken? And don't tell me the free mices, I know that trick is disgusting.